Hi guys, today I'll be doing my labor and delivery story. So, on Monday last week, I think, let me see. I think it was Monday the 17th. I had a doctor's appointment and they put me on the NST and I failed the NST. So she did an ultrasound and then she said that she was going to check me, check my cervix because every time she would check it, she saw no progress. And she said that I was 2 centimeters dilated. So she stripped my membranes and she told me that that could put me into labor. If not, she scheduled a, she said she was going to call the hospital to see what time and what day I could go in for a, so I could be induced because she wanted me to have the baby because of, I kept on failing all the NST scans. So she comes back in the room and tells me that if I could go in tomorrow, which was Tuesday, the 18th, at 5 p.m. But she told me I had to call the hospital 2 hours before before 5. So to see if they had room because the hospital I was planning on going to only has 12 rooms. So she had me sign the papers and kind of told me what her plans were for the induction, and that was about it. So then on Tuesday, I had everything ready because I thought I would be going in at 5 to get induced. So, but I got a phone call around noon saying that my doctor wanted to see me in for an NST scan at 3:50. So, what's going on, baby? I went in. Before I went to my doctor's appointment at 3, I called the hospital and I asked if they could take me in, and they told me that they couldn't because I had no room at the clinic, at the hospital. So I was kind of bummed out because I had everything set up and ready, and I just said I'll just go to my doctor's appointment and see what happens. So I went for the NST scan. I did not pass it. So my doctor was like, you know what? If I'm gonna call the hospital, if they don't take you, I really need you to be induced tonight. So if they don't have any room, I'm gonna have to send you to the other hospital. And I didn't want to go to the other hospital because my sister had a bad experience at the other hospital. But I told her, well, if you really need me to have this baby, well, and they won't take me at the other hospital, then I will go. So she called the hospital and they said they had one room available, but I had to go like right away so I could get the room. So I had my daughter with me and I was alone at the appointment, and I called my husband. I'm like, you know what? I have to go straight to the hospital right now. And the hospital is across the street from the clinic I go to. So he's like, well, just check yourself in and I'll go pick her up like in a couple minutes. So I went to the hospital, I got checked in, and they took me to the room and they hooked me up to the monitors right away, and they told me I had to be hooked up 24/7 on the monitors, and they wanted to start an IV right away. And I told her, well, I told the nurse if I don't want an IV, you know, like she said that she's gonna insert I always forget the name of the thing they insert in me. It looks like a tampon but smaller, and they insert it into your cervix so you can start dilating, and that could put you into labor. And if it doesn't, if you could only have it in for 12 hours, and if it doesn't, then she would start me on Pitocin. So around, let's say, 7 o'clock, they insert the, that, what's it called, that, I don't even know what it's called, but they insert that tampon thing into me, and she told me, I called your doctor, and your doctor wants you to be hooked up just in case, something goes wrong with, like, the scan and with, the baby's heart rate, and we would have to do a C-section. We have you already set up. So, she put an IV in me and insert that thing, and on Monday when they swept my membranes, I was having a lot of contractions all night long, and I also lost my mucus plug in the morning on Tuesday morning, and I also told that to my doctor, and there was some blood in it, and when I lost it with my daughter, there was no blood in it, so I was kind of worried, but the doctor told me it was okay. So I was already having contractions, so probably around 9, I started getting contractions again, because the ones from yesterday had stopped. And so 2 hours after they insert that thing, I started getting contractions, and I was having them like every 3 minutes all night long, and they kept on checking me, and they said, well, when I went in I was a 2, and then they told me over the night they told me I was a 3, and then in the morning they had to remove I think they removed it they removed it like around 7:30 in the morning, and the nurse asked if she could check me, and I was still having constant contractions, and she said I was what did she say I was? I was a 5 at 7:30 in the morning. So around, what was it, 9 around 9 they put me on the Pitocin, really low dose of Pitocin, and I was still having contractions. And at around 30 minutes after I got the Pitocin, the contractions, I couldn't get comfortable. The contractions were, I felt them burning. It's really weird sensation. I never experienced it with my daughter. I felt, every time I would get a contraction, I felt like I was burning inside my stomach, and it was really uncomfortable. I tried walking, switching positions, and I couldn't get comfortable. I started to cry because of the pain. It was just like, felt like if I got acid, like someone poured acid on me, and my stomach was just on fire. So I asked if I could get the epidural, and I got the epidural probably around 9:45 or 10. I got the epidural really fast as soon as I asked for it. The guy came in and did it. And as soon as I got the epidural, I started shaking, and they couldn't like control me. They said my pressure went up, and I was shaky, and she told me to try to relax. I'm like, I can't relax. It's my body, shaking. And then I told them that I could still feel the contractions. I remember when I had the epidural with my daughter, I could feel them, but not strong. Like it wasn't painful, and I could feel, like, I didn't feel a difference when I got the epidural. So the guy that came and did the epidural came back in, and he gave me like another dose. I don't know what he did, but he said he was giving me like more medicine. And I told him I could still feel it. And let's see, around, so I was just like, I kept on moaning the whole time. So, and the nurse was in there, and she's like, you could still feel them? I'm like, yes, I could still feel them. And they told me you could push the button for more medicine. I'm like, no, what's the point of pushing it if my legs are super numb, but I could still feel the contractions? And then so I was like that till about yeah, you're smelling his feet. I was like that till about it was 11. So around 11, I think 11:30, like around 11:30, I felt a lot of pressure on my behind, and I told the nurse I like feel a lot of pressure, and she's like, let me check you, and she's like, oh, the baby's like about to come. I was like, what? I thought I was about like 5 centimeters last time you checked me, like 2 hours ago. And she's like, the baby's right there. And she like called another nurse to go get the doctor. She's like, she's gonna have a baby any moment. The baby's right there. And she told me, do not push. I'm like, well, I feel like I need to push. I have a lot of pressure. She's like, don't push. If you push, the baby's gonna come out. So the doctor comes in, and she's like, yeah, the head's right there. So I pushed for 5 minutes, and I think I only pushed like 4 times, and he was out. He was born at 11:44, so I guess by like 11:40 the doctor came in, and I only pushed for like literally 5 minutes. And I did not tear. I didn't need any stitches. As soon as he came out, they put him on me. I had asked for a Mara, and I wanted to feel the head crowning, but how everything happened so fast, there was no time for a Mara, and I literally just pushed 4 times, and he was out. So as soon as it came out, they put him on me, and he latched on. The clinic I went to, they're really good about leaving you with the baby, like, for as long as you want, and they don't come in and bother you. They just want you to have, like, skin to skin with your baby, and leave you alone, you know, so you can bond with your baby. So I did that, and I breastfed him and just bonded with him. And yeah, that was about it. So as about 2 hours later, I noticed that I was having, like, I could feel contractions, and they were really painful. And I told the nurse, and they told me that it was my uterus contracting, and that I was gonna feel that, especially when I breastfeed. But I was telling her that with my daughter, I never felt them like that strong, and I didn't need any medication for pain. But this time I did. I took the medication for about 5 days, and I stopped taking it, but I'm still having the pain. But I stopped taking it because I didn't see a difference. I didn't feel like it was helping me, so I just stopped taking it. So I don't know if it was because I was being induced. I was feeling more pain. I do not know, but I'm not planning on having any more kids. But if I do, I think I would never want to be induced again, because it's just so painful, and the epidural did not even help. So I just think that if I have another kid and they say, we're going to induce you, I'm going to be like, no, only if it's really necessary, you know. But yeah, that's about it. I had him on Wednesday the 19th at 11:44. He was, Mia, can you be quiet, please? He was 6 pounds, 10 ounces, and 20 inches long. And I went home the next day on Thursday, and he's doing fine. I'm doing good. So that's about it. I'll keep you guys updated, and thanks for watching. Bye.